My name is Daria, and I'm part of the DSAL group, and we are filming a documentary about people's perception of youth. We want your opinion on a number of questions regarding youth so that when we put it together with other interviews, we can get a better understanding of who youth are today in our community. We hope that this video will break down stereotypes and assumptions of youth and redefine the youth culture. So, in your opinion, who are the youth?
The youth is the generation 1980 up to 2013.
I mean, I feel like I'm still not like youth. The youth, probably a group of kids or age group that hasn't really experienced adulthood yet. You know what I mean? But I can't really speak for everyone because there are some people who actually
youth. I mean, a youth to me is a person between the ages of 13 and 18, chronologically. But to me, a youth is also a person, the mind, a person that's not quite there yet.
Okay.
Still trying to find themselves.
Gotcha. Okay. How do you think that youth act or behave, generally speaking?
Okay, don't get upset.
Go ahead.
I don't care for youth. Basically, as a whole, I think they're rude and disrespectful. I don't understand the sagging pants. I don't understand letting everything hang out. I don't understand them. I think they're struggling, trying to find themselves, trying to find out where they fit into this world. And when they're angry and they take it out on everybody else.
Today with youth is something around not having a respect for adults or authority and not seeing the value of having that respect.
How do you think that some adults view the youth?
They don't really pay attention to them, like they don't really know what's really going on with them. They gotta deal with like problems at home, problems, personal problems.
A lot of adults look at youth like they're bad and they get into trouble, but it's not always like that. They struggle with school, they struggle with friends, and basically like fitting in. I mean, I think a lot of youth are very smart, but they just only use it to what ability that they choose. So some can act really mature and some can act immature.
Adults look at youth as if they don't know what to do. Like if they don't, sometimes they look at youth as like, I don't know what to do with these kids. Right now I can care less about them. Some adults try to reach out and help kids, as like some staff here in Region. There's a lot of negative things about youth nowadays. A lot of youth smoke weed and drink and they like vandalize things. They rob stores. It's a lot of countless things that you do that are negative that can't be explained in one whole sentence. I'm gonna say that I don't try to follow what they do. I don't, but I try to prevent it. But it's like I'm different from the other youth because what they do is something different from what I do. I try to stop myself from I don't know how to explain it, but I try to stay away from the negative things and focus on
I worked in education
I feel that
22, 23 years, and my whole reason for being in education is because, I do get to be with the young adults. I work K through 12, and middle school and high school kids are my favorite, and I think there are times when they are behaving in ways that they know they shouldn't behave, but I think in most cases they're well aware that they shouldn't be doing this, but I think in most situations they're behaving in a way that is normal and natural for kids their age. I see kids and I know it's the whole peer pressure thing. They may be a completely different kid with their peer group, and then they come in there and talk to me and this is a whole different person. And so I just feel like, that peer pressure gets to a lot of.
The media, unfortunately, often acts like a role model in a way. It's setting examples of behaviors and lifestyles that are not necessarily appropriate or real or make any sense but are role modeling something. And when I say media, I think I'm referring to music, to videos, to movies, to billboards. And when there isn't necessarily a role model at home to counter that, or someone in the community stepping up to counter that, then that is the role model. So I think that in terms of what youth need, they need someone, many people in their lives surrounding them to role model what it looks like, model what it looks like to think.
But you know what? It's not their fault. It's really, I'm not gonna blame parents per se, but it does have to do with how we parent our kids. I'm not gonna say my parents are horrible, but I'm not gonna say they're perfect. But at the same time, I can say that a lot of their influences and their teachings did rub off on me very well.
And sometimes school and parents can be a big effect on kids because parents can be abusive to kids and teachers can give up on kids, and then they don't have anything to do besides just do whatever. They just do whatever. They don't care what other people think because they don't care if people think about them often. So.
I mean, again, it's just really a result of kind of where you're growing up. If everyone was on the same playing field growing up, had the same income level, had the same family system, same opportunities, and maybe like parents that had navigated the college system and all that, and everyone was on equal footing, things would be a lot more, I think, equal. But that's just not the reality of the world we live in. And how do we go about supporting people that can benefit from additional resources, additional support? I mean, like I said, I had some people that really offered their hand to me growing up. They really, like I said, saw some good in me. And all I'm really trying to do is just pay that back. Like, I'm just trying to build connection, build a relationship with young people, and hopefully, someone's able to benefit from it.
Do you think that youth will behave differently in the next 5 years?
I'm sorry to say I don't think so.
Why
I don't
is that?
because there's no direction.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have it. What is their goal? What are they? No direction. I don't think it's going to get as better as we would hope it would get.
Right.
But that's not to say that it can't.
Right. Wish that adults would view the youth.
As better people, that like they could do stuff that adults can also do.
The youth yourself, where do you see yourself in about 5 years?
In 5 years, I see myself. I graduated high school with a paying job, working on becoming a longshoreman.
5 years, I see myself hopefully with a degree in pastry and baking and starting my own business.
Okay.
If we can't provide a safe place for our young people to grow and learn and expand, I mean, what are we doing as adults?
I think that we need to actively intervene in the youth culture now so that there's more pressure to think critically and to use those intelligent, brilliant minds in a positive way. Or I think we're going to be in a little bit of trouble.
When you say we, who do you mean?
We adults in and around any given community and neighborhood and institution and system, we need to step up in the support arena and the challenging of create challenges for leadership and development of critical thinking in our youth, because it's all there. It just needs to be brought out.
I think what youth need is a role model. Maybe not just one, a few. We can talk to the youth all we want to. They can become educated. But if there's no one to teach them how to apply the education or whatever we're telling them in their regular daily life, they're not going to succeed because it's just a bunch of knowledge and you don't know what to do with it. And that's where the role models come in. How do you do this?
So in our literature, we want youth to thrive. When our youth thrive, our future thrives.
Is there anything else that you might just want to go ahead and say to the youth out there or any adults out there?
To both youth and adults, never give up on each other. Like, don't ever give up on your parents. parents, don't give up on your kids. And out there to you, don't let anybody tell you that you can't do anything, because you're capable of anything if you put your mind to it.
Now we see everything that's going wrong with the world and those who lead it. We just feel like we don't have the means to rise above and beat it. So we keep waiting, waiting on the world to change. We keep on waiting, waiting on the world to change. It's hard to be persistent when we're standing at a distance. So we keep waiting, waiting on the world to change. Now if we had the power to bring our neighbors home from war, they would have never missed a Christmas. No more ribbons on their door. And when you trust your television, what you get is what you got. 'Cause when they own the information, oh, they can bend it all they want. That's why we're waiting, waiting on the world to change. We keep on waiting, waiting on the world to change.
That validation comes from giving it back to the people. Now sing this song and it goes like, raise those hands, this is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. Learn from that failure, gain humility, and then we keep marching.
Can we go back? This is the moment.